Yes, and welcome back to the Celtic Unrestricted View. It's myself, JP. Good evening, folks. Hope you are all well. Joining me this evening is my favourite two people in the whole wide world. First of all, we've got Mr. Paddy McCourt in the house. How are you, Paddy boy? And then we've got Mr. Sean Maloney. How are we doing, lads? I hope you are well. It's good to see you smiling still. Shawnee boy, I'll come to you first, mate. I see you've got new attire. I hope you're in a different house for the last time. You've been sitting in that house for weeks and months. It's nice to see that you've brushed your hair for the occasion, mate. How are we?
Well, apart from got to Turkey soon for my hair, I think I'm doing all right. Also get my dad's hoodie on as well. So apart from that, I'm brand new, mate. But obviously, other than that, mate, plenty to talk about, I think. As well, but good victory overall, mate. So I'm good, mate. Looking forward to tonight's show and looking forward to weekend, mate. Tomorrow as well. Hard game away from home, so looking forward to it and hope you two are well as well.
Aye, no, I'm absolutely fine, Davy Dozy. Mr. McCourt, you're smiling away there, son. It's nice to see Lee Griffiths gave you his thought for the night, mate. What's happening?
He can do his hair a lot, doesn't he?
I know. Me and him went the same. No, me and him. Went the same barber for years, mate. Sometimes he was that wee, and the barber didn't have a board. Lee used to sit on my knee sometimes, mate. You know what I mean? So we go there. We go there in the end. You know what I mean? But how are we, mate? It's good to see you.
Oh, fantastic. Did well. Gonna get to the talk about during the week. 3 points on the board, that's the important thing. So still 5 points clear. Run a difficult away games we had. So massively ahead in the league, and we all the hard games at the way. So very happy as a team, and onwards and upwards.
Yeah, definitely, mate. As you said, well, just as the banner says there in front of you, probably the majority of what tonight's topics are going to be. First of all, before we go any further, as we always do, we'll come to some of the comments. Plunge joining us tonight. He says, "Evening, boys, welcome back." Ryan's not went to Turkey yet, mate. He just said a minute ago that he's so you'll maybe get to say that in a week or two's time. But we'll see what happens. And Jem joining us also. Evening, guys. Hope you're all well. You too, Plunge. And Joseph Agnew, hail. Another good Friday night. Listen to yourselves. Thanks very much, Joseph. Cheers for tuning in, pal. And Dougie's joining us. He says, tricky game tomorrow. It could be, Dougie. Usually always is up there. It's never straightforward, I don't think. And good evening, lads. Good evening, the good guys. I'm assuming that's just me you're referring to then, aye. So, obviously, guys, there's just a wrote guy instead of guys there. But you'll remember that for the next time. I'm only kidding. I'm only joking, lads. Don't worry, keep your head on. And John Shirley's joining us also. John says, studs, well, Tim Alloy's boys can't get their pod. What's happening to them studs? Don't know who he's referring to. I don't know if he's maybe getting confused with the night and your half 10 show, Ryan. I'm not too sure, mate. It's easy to mistake, mate, because you kind of seem to wear the same clobber these days, mate. So I don't know why.
At least your dad gives you. I'm sure you. Well,
that's what I'm going to say. I'm sure your dad. I'm sure your dad gives you some clues for that as well, mate. I'm pretty sure. I've seen you. Pretty sure I'm seeing you with a couple of numbers as well, mate. So. Don't worry about that. But good evening, John. I hope you're well, mate. Hope you've had a nice week. As the most have probably had. As you said, Alan, Celtic, another victory for us on Wednesday night. Ryan, I'm going to say it. You know my feelings, mate. I think, I think it's time that we put performances aside. I think the important part, we're coming into a bit like we're not kicking the backside away for the business end of the season, like I would call it, Ryan. So when that happens, mate, I think overall you're looking more, in my opinion, this is just, maybe just me, and this might be crazy talk for some people, but in my opinion, I'm just looking for more victories than I am to see the team. I don't mind seeing the team playing well, but over anything above me, I would take 3 points all day, and I would take a 1-0 victory all season long, because at the end of the day, mate, that's what wins you the title. You're not remembered for playing 500 passes in a game, or you know, in my opinion, I just look at the results and I see that, you know, a Celtic team that are winning, dominant, and continue with the momentum, mate.
That's the most important thing, mate. It's getting victories on the board. The game during the week, I think St Mirren did play well, but again, I really don't know if we've put a lot of effort into the game against Madrid, and I think it's took us maybe a lot of time to get at it. I don't know. I really don't know, mate. Because I do feel that game we'd done a lot of the game, we'd done a lot of it well, and I don't know if the schedule's caught up with us in terms of performance and recovery and stuff. And I really do think that this weekend, tomorrow's games, hopefully we see a bit fresher. I didn't think Wednesday we looked fresh, we looked tired again, especially I know we done well in the last 15-10 minutes to get the goal, but we did look a bit sluggish near the end of the game again, before the goal. So it's one of the ones, mate. Like we all said, me and Alan spoke about during Tuesday. Me and you spoke about it, Alan and Baz on Monday. If you said all this at the now, considering what we went through in terms of the away games and who we played, and you come through where we are with 5 points clear, we only really 2 slip-ups in terms of draws, but undefeated. I think every manager I said we'd have probably took it, considering the injuries we had, and we weren't sure if Scales would fit in, we weren't sure if Palmer was going to fit in, or these guys who have signed. So I think overall we can be critical in certain parts of the game, and me personally, I try to only be critical of the game that's happened. I don't, as much as the guys have been amazing in the past, I only try and talk what's happened. And so in Wednesday, I might be critical during this about 1 or 2 players or whatever, the full team, whoever it is. But then you move on for it and you comment on the next game. And I try and not really be too critical, mate, because I know how hard it is. But I think there's certain players, in my opinion, that are up the levels. I don't think we can't be resting on our laurels, I think, sometimes, mate. I know we're winning games and stuff, but we can't just win games. You still need to keep going. A club like Celtic, you need to keep going. You need to perform. And I totally get what the human beings, mate. That's no. It's taken into consideration. But I think certain players, mate, again, they kind of showed that they need up the levels again. And for me, I think some of them, well, I know they'll start tomorrow. Personally, I think some of them deserve to start tomorrow. Because again, mate, it's just. I know you're winning games, but there's certain players I just think personally, JP, I don't know what you feel, mate, but I just think there's certain players need to do more to justify their starting positions. And then obviously the full consensus in the night, mate, was actually the quality off the bench. And we complained about it the last week or two on here, saying it wasn't good enough and we didn't feel there was enough off the bench. When O comes on and scores and Yang comes on and does okay as well. So positive impact. HOLM, for me, he's a top player. You can see he's got attributes. He's going to be a top player. So, all in all, the only thing I can say about the night is, JP, the guys that did come on, i.e. probably more Yang and O. Brilliant. They come on and done well for the 15 minutes of run, 20 minutes of run. But that's it. I've seen a lot of people getting that same back in the Celtic first team, that same first team contenders. They've got to date all the time now. As Roger says, they've come in, done well, they're kept fit. But then they need to date Saturday, next Tuesday, next Saturday, whatever. They need to date all the time now. So, but again, they need to get game time for that. I get that. But overall, JP, I'm happy with the 3 points, mate, because St Mirren, for some reason, mate, the last few years, they've been a bit stuffy against us. I don't know why.
Yeah.
They've been quite hard to play against, especially Celtic Park. But I am happy, mate. I'm looking forward to the game on Wednesday. But obviously, once Alan and yourself get your thoughts, mate, we'll probably go through parts of the game. But overall, mate, it's good to get the 3 points. And You don't, again, mate, it's another side of champions. We've not played well, really, to a certain degree, and we've still won, mate. So I think we'll take that all day long.
Alan, you want to just come in on the point there? Obviously, I think Ryan's got a point there in terms of the schedule. I think he's also got a good point in terms of the performance levels that we reached against Atletico Madrid at Celtic Park. I think there's some players feeling the after effect of that. Again, it was a level they probably surprised themselves with jumping up to. Yeah, as I said, it's, you know, I'll come to my opinion once you come in, Alan, because I think obviously we're probably along the same senses, but slight differences along the way.
It's a win, right? And as you said, at this time of the year, a win's the most important part. But you're seeing that the weekend with the draw as well. How long is bad performances going to work out? Like, you can continue to kind of have bad performances and pick up wins, but eventually it's kind of going to catch up with you. So the performances we had against Hearts and Atletico, it's probably the best I've seen in the one against Hearts, probably the best I've seen in years. I thought we were absolutely incredible, and especially the first half against Atletico Madrid as well. I thought we were phenomenal, but the last two games have been massively flat, completely lacklustre, and it's worrying that we're not keeping up to that level. And I think we can say it's wins and that, but it will eventually catch up with us. And we need up that level. And I can't see any players there that I would give pass marks to for the performance during the week. And the boys that come on done relatively well, but we're playing St Mirren at home. We would be expecting first 11 and the squad to be head and shoulders above the players that St Mirren have got. But I wish they'd shown that during the week. And as you've said, I'm taking the positive that it's 3 points. It's a hard game. Stephen Robinson's got them well prepared, well organised. They're always a hard team to break down, hard team to beat. But when you're taking in comparison for the two games previous to the Hibs game, the Atletico Madrid game and the Hearts game, I thought were absolutely incredible. And to now go into the last two games where we drew at Hibs and the game during the week where we scored the 84th minute to get a winner at home at St Mirren, I just think that the players need to get their finger out a bit. There's too many players that's underperforming, and I hope that this weekend shows that they do get their finger out and we put in a better performance. I'm not expecting the levels that we performed against Atletico and Hearts, but we should be putting in a performance that's meriting a comfortable victory. And I didn't see that during the week. I really didn't see that. And I don't know if you guys agree.
I can see where you're coming from. I can see your point of view. I think I've said it a couple of times now. I don't think necessarily every week, mate, we need to, we don't need to be pretty. It's not about being pretty every week. I don't think. I think the end result is to get points on the board, and at the end of the day, mate, points make prizes. And that's something we've been synonymous with over the last number of seasons, out with the COVID season. So, as I say, it's kind of hard to, I get where you're coming from in terms of what we expect in terms of performance level, because they've set the bar so high, previously with Big Ange, and then obviously now with Rodgers, and Rodgers' his first spell. But to play that intensity, you just can't do it every single game. It's just not possible. Even with a big bloated squad, as what we're being told, that's what we've got over the last couple of days. That's all I've been reading. Celtic have got a big squad. It's bloated. It's this. It's that. It's And I really do think that as much as we've not been at our peak, I don't think we've been in any major trouble the last two games. Controlled the Hibs game. Probably unlucky at the end, not to walk away with a victory. James Forrest hits the bar. Mikey Johnson pulls a great save off David Marshall. And then the other night, you look at the penalty. Then Kyogo's chance at the death. Should we had another penalty again? Not really want to get into that now because that's not what we're talking about. But all these things taken into consideration, I do think for me personally, watching the game, even seeing bits of it back, I think the scoreline flatters St Mirren. I really do. I think we could have won with more. Celtic were pretty comfortable out with the St Mirren goal. So no, I didn't really see anything in the game the other night that I thought I was really worried about.
St Mirren nearly equalised the last few minutes. That's what's worrying. And they did. Well, you can watch it back. They
were as close to equalising as Atmore to win the league.
Right, but
that's it.
Points on the board's the most important thing, but there's only so long that you can do poor performance after poor performance. It'll catch up with you. And
was it poor?
You see that the week. Aye, you've mentioned three. Well, you've mentioned three opportunities. So... Well, you've mentioned three opportunities and one's a penalty. Mm-hmm. And for us at Celtic Park against St Mirren, three opportunities, one's a penalty. That's not great. You can't.
We also scored 2 goals as well, though. So taking all that into consideration. So if you add that to that and they all become goals, it's more than your 2-1 victory.
I just
that's
think
just
that was poor.
I don't know. Everybody sees it differently, mate. I think fair, and that's fair play, Alan. Everybody does see it differently. I'm not worried. I'm not extremely worried, mate. As I said, we're sitting comfortably at the top of the league now. We're not losing daft points. We've only drawn twice in the season so far. Obviously, we've exited the League Cup. But again, maybe it's just me personally. Maybe as I'm getting older, maybe I'm starting to lose my marble. I don't know, but I'm just not losing that sort of confidence I've got in this team, and even the guys that HOLM and I see in the flip side there. I see boys coming in and relishing a chance to play football for the club and coming in and doing very well. I thought the subs changed the game the other night for us in a way that I didn't think we were playing through St Mirren too much. I thought we were just kind of being safe and keeping the ball. But I really do think we were. You look at that second goal. That's great football, Alan. I mean that's phenomenal. And I'm afraid, mate, when Celtic play like that, then the rest of the chasing pack, mate, just unfortunately, mate, just nobody in that league has any manpower to deal with something like that, mate. And these are guys, by the way, these are guys who are coming on the park, and I'm being told that they're not good enough to play for Celtic. So, and they're able to do that. So
we can play that. We can play like that, and that's my point. And I thought we played like that against Hearts phenomenally well. But the last 2 games, when we dropped points against Hibs, we go to the 85th minute before we score a winner against St Mirren at home. It's there in black and white. We've not been playing like that. We had one movement against St Mirren that caused us to win the game like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if it's the 2 games previous, the performance that we put in against Hearts and Atletico Madrid, because we hit kind of a high level there. But it's been disappointing to say the least the last couple of games. Obviously, we dropped points against Hibs when it just looked a bit flat. I think everything in the last 2 games has just looked flat. And Ryan might be right with what he's saying that we put so much into the Atletico game, but everything's just looked flat. There's been low intensity, kind of low pressure, nothing with quickness of passing. Very little that you can write home about. So I don't know if we're seeing the Hearts game and Atletico Madrid game, and we're seeing so much of that good football, and we're expecting that every game. But I'm a tad worried about how we played the last couple of games, and hoping that picks up the weekend, because win's the most important point, but it's only a matter of time if you continue to put in performances that are below par. It's only a matter of time before the results follow that below par performance.
Ryan?
I can get what he's saying, JP. The last two performances have been lacklustre. They've not been... But again, I don't know if it's because you've been a bit spoiled, JP, for what we've had in the past, and we're used to these players playing amazing football just about every game and being flying every game and scoring fiendful goals. And people need to remember as well, see even under Ange, I think it was 20. I think I seen a stat yesterday or the other day. 23% of either games in the league or games in overall were won with one goal. So we did go through spells with Ange where we were winning one goal and playing no good football. It does kind of happen. Every team goes through a stage of a season where maybe 2 or 3 weeks or whatever, even teams like Man City and that, they still play nice football, but it's not what the standard. Like, just look at Man U now. They're going through a really torrid time and they're signing guys for millions of pounds. So it's not just us, it happens to a lot of teams. And I just think it's just because we're used to the high standards. And I do feel that the game against Madrid, that was a top quality performance. That was an elite level performance. And I don't know if it is. It's maybe took the players a few games to recover for it. I don't know. But there was bits of the game, some individuals were doing during the game, I thought on Wednesday were quite poor, not the levels that they've been used to. I've seen on, I don't know if it was E-Tims and other forums and stuff, that James Forrest has took a battering. He's took an apps. I've no through me personally, so I don't go on.
He normally does, doesn't he?
I have said in the past, and I know we spoke to Baz the other day, and Baz is saying, listen, he is still a top player. He's still got a top ability, but I just think I can see now. I think JP. I didn't think he was rotten during the week. I just think he just wasn't showing anything. He's no doing what he used to do and go by men, get past the line. He's going back all the time and keeping the ball. Maybe that's just the way he's changing his game now. And maybe we need to try and get out of mind, do that he's not going to be the James Forrest at all. The whip and get. Well, Roger says he's the fastest in training, right? Meant to be the fastest at the club. But I'm sorry, you don't see that on the park. I think we can all say that. The new, we don't really see that on the park.
It's mental how he's the fastest in training. Yeah, it's
mental. Again, I'm not saying the stats are probably right, JP. He is quick, he's still nippy, he's still get that ability, but maybe the ability is just no what we need anymore. And again, I thought it was probably right to start during the week because he deserved it, because he did do well against Hearts when he came on. And I just think that I agree with you as well, mate, that the subs did change the game. And I do feel that O should get a game. We should give O a game tomorrow. I think he's due a chance to show us now. I'll still stick by right now. I don't think he's good enough just yet to come in and challenge Kyogo. I'll stick by that. But if he comes in the next few games, starts scoring goals, starts putting himself about, then I'll go, you know what? Maybe he can. But I'm not going to change my mind about certain players, mate, just because of a 50-minute role or a bad performance. But you all know my thoughts on Greg Taylor. I thought it was him and Sales. I thought they were poor for the goal. I've actually watched the game again, and I'm actually going to put it more on Taylor than I'm on Scales. Phillips has went to the man, Scales has left the man. Taylor's the two, and Taylor should be covering, in my opinion.
What's Phillips saying, by the way? I watched it back again. Phillips is nearly at the byline. He's still at the shy line. I don't want to just pinpoint it on Taylor, but him and Scales watching him done better for the goal. For me, it's a criminal goal to lose. Because St Mirren had 2 or 3 wee chances, right? But I didn't think, even against Hibs, JP, I don't think I've not been sitting and going thinking, right, you're going to score here. It's all down to, I think it's down to us. It's not down to the teams are doing against us. I just think we've not been clinical the last 2 weeks, the last 10 days or so, whatever it is. I don't think we've been the Celtic that we've been. I don't think, put it this way, senior striker has had less than 20 touches in 2 games. That's telling you that you're no having enough in the final third. Because when he, in my opinion, see when Kyogo's not involved, people might think I've maybe been on silly juice or something, but
but he's not in the game. He's a bit of a passenger. He's got to be in the game, because see if he's no, he's just doing doggies, and he's no influence in the game. So to get the best out of Kyogo, you need to get him service, you need to get him in the game, but he's got to be intelligent enough to know, right, if I'm not in the game here, I need to go and get in the game. Be that, go out wide and get the ball, or the last 2 games he's not done that for me. But I'm not going to be critical of him too much, because of what he's done and how we know how good he is. Maybe he is just having these players are just maybe having 2 or 3 games that they've been lacklustre. But it's just unfortunate at Celtic we can't have that, because it's 25 now. So if we have another performance like that tomorrow, and then they win next week, it's maybe down to 3-5 again. So we can't really drop more points, really, in my opinion, JP, until we play them now. Because for me, I still think, listen, we all know we're miles clear of them. On the park, after the park, everything about them. But we can't give them any bit of limelight, because as soon as it goes to 3 or 2 or whatever it is, it gives him more hope, and you're thinking, right, we need to. You don't want to get to a position where you're thinking, this is going to be a must-win here. I know every game is a must-win, but I thought the game during the week here, that was a must-win, because if you drop points, you're done again. And in the space of 10 days, you went for like 9 or 7 down to that. So overall, mate, I'm no as worried as Aaron. I get his point, totally get his point. But I'm no panicking. No, Joseph, I'm no panicking, mate. What I'm trying to say is you can't give him any hope. So the Melby draw a game, or we don't put a performance in, and they keep winning. It's going to. You can't, in league titles, you need to stay ahead all the time. The fact that we're playing ahead of them this weekend, for me, is a plus point, because obviously they're playing in the cup. So you win, you go to, was it 6, 7, 8 points? Is that right? Aye?
Yeah.
Is that right?
8.
Right. So again, it's already at the end of our semi-final, and they might get to a final, right? But we're 8 points ahead already. We have got the points in the bag. So again, I'm not worried. I'm not panicking. But you've got to look at it. Look, realistically, Joseph, if we then drop points tomorrow, you might go to 6 points, aye, or you might stay the same, right? Or right. So, but then they're going to be playing, and then they could potentially. You don't want to give any team they're challenging me for a league title any rope at all. So
I'm not panicking, but I just think we're better than that. Honestly, the performances we've got this year, that's what's worried me the last couple of games.
It's only really been the first 2 or 3 games of the season was due to injuries. Rodgers coming in, getting the team together, and he said that today in his presser. The first 2 games, it's a different team now, a different mentality. Everything is different. I think we've only got 1 or 2 injuries now. Abada, and that's about it, isn't it, really? Welsh. Well, he's back training now. Welsh is training
the first 2. See that game against Hearts and the game against Atletico. I think that's a better performance than any team that Ange managed.
Apart for the game, I'd probably say apart from the game at Celtic Park against them, that's the best performance I've seen in years.
Best I've seen is when we beat them, the United 9-0. You were at the game, right?
Aye. I think that was phenomenal. But I think just in terms of the
performance against Hearts, I think the performance levels and how the football was played, how quick it was and all that, I'd put that on a par or above anything that Ange put in front of us.
That's actually a big shout, mate.
That's my opinion. But we've went for that Hearts performance and a great, phenomenal first half against Atletico, and the next 2 games went for 10-1. I thought we were absolutely incredible the 2 games, and the performances the last 2 games have fell off a scale there, and that's what I'm no worried, slightly apprehensive about. Is I'd like to see a good performance at the weekend to show that it's no fell off the scale, that we're still there. That's just a wee hiccup, because I thought the 2 performances against Hearts and Atletico Madrid were absolutely phenomenal. So I'm hoping the last two performances against Hibs and St Mirren were just a slight hiccup, and we can get back on the boat and let's give great performances again, like we've seen against Hearts and Atletico.
Because for me, JP, I'll
talk about getting on a boat. You're used to doing that, Paddy, aren't you? Getting back and forth to Ireland and that now and again, mate. So, I know, I get where you're coming
I
from.
can
there
get your
because,
point, JP. What you were saying, mate, in terms of what you're saying to Alan about the performance level. I'm the same as you, mate. I think that it's really just been I just think it's been the recovery time. They've had a hard schedule, and I don't
what
want.
What way is it for a non-panic room? Is it that way or that way?
Welcome to the panic room. No, but I do feel that. Listen, we're still 5 points clear. The fact that we're not playing too good, for me, is actually a positive that we're winning games when you're not performing well, JP. So for me, I'm actually taking the positives out things. Then I'm trying not to be too negative because you're 5 points clear. You're getting all your people, your players back for injury. You're getting NAROWSKI's back training now. Welsh is back training now. Whether people think he's a starter or no, he's still a good squad player. He's still back to cover. We don't know what's happening with Lager Bielka, if he's injured or he's no fancied. We don't know. But we're starting to get guys a wee bit back to full fitness. And again, mate, I'm going to go on the basis, the long answer to what your point was, mate. I'm just going to base it on the last two performances. I've been dropped because it's just been a heavy performance. And the maestro says here, JP, I'll flip that to you. Because I did say that to you. I said to you and Barry Bannon the other day that, again, I said to you and Baz the other night, I think I said to Alan as well, I don't know if it's just me, don't shoot me down, but do you think AJ has either been lacklustre or
he's getting tired?
Or he's been too comfortable? What do you feel, JP, on that? But I think me personally, my opinion, I think he's getting too comfortable. Because in my opinion, Ralston's not a challenge with him. Ralston's just come in when he's injured or when he's rotation.
Maybe
that's just my opinion.
Maybe you should go to that cryogenic room or the other side of the city with Dr. Evil. That's what they're talking about. The cryogenics. Dr. Evil with the pills. I should have him.
Money me's Alex Ray in it, man. That's Alex Ray's money me.
Just him talking about cryogenics when I'm sitting going.
He's giving it with a wee club suit and that on, a wee club tie.
Don't forget the brown brogues.
Can't ever get that. A pair of cream socks with Pringle on them.
Smoking a pancake.
No, as I said, it's in terms of I get where Maestro's coming for. In terms of AJ, I have noticed a slight change in AJ's performance levels, but again, I thought he was excellent against Atletico. I really did. Again, I thought he was excellent against Atletico. Ryan, there could be a possibility. He's becoming comfortable and he's that is what it is. I don't think I'm worried. Definitely not worried. If anyone's worried, then I don't know what else. Personally, I don't know what else this Celtic team could do. They're sitting comfortable at the top of the league. Again, I don't know what they're doing their job as far as I'm concerned. We're talking about they could play better. Yeah, they could. There's no doubt about it. But do they have to right now? No, they don't. And I reckon that's what's so good about this Celtic team, lads. I really do think when, I've said to you before, cream always rises. When it's required and the pressure's there and it's on and they are told to go and perform and do it, then I think, 9 times out of 10, these lads will go and do it and they'll pull it out of the bag because they've been synonymous with doing it. Yeah, I thought he was off it, Francis. I do. Good evening, mate. I hope you're well. I thought he was off it, Francis. I thought he was off it against, Hibs as well. I really did. It's it's one of those ones. I think it's, you know, every team gets through these kind of wee patches. We just seem to be having ours just now. And like I say, it's right before the business end of the season. But 9 times out of 10, lads, I keep telling you, cream does rise. And at the business end of the season, that's when Celtic perform, when they're required to do so. When it's on, Celtic are required to do. And more times than not, lads.
I agree, Francis. I agree, mate.
See, I know what you're saying, Francis, right? But like I said to the lads the other night, and this is probably a mixture between experience and confidence speaking here. Domestically, we're not challenged properly the way we are in Europe. So domestically, we're not taken to that tempo and intensity level that we played at against Atletico, as Alan referred to in the first half against Atletico at Celtic Park. So domestically, we can get away with it because, again, I'm going to say it, and I don't mean this to disrespect any other team, because I know they're all professionals. I know they're all doing a very good job and they're working hard and doing their, you know, their craft. And some very good teams. I thought St Mirren played very well against us the other night, and they posed a threat in moments in the game and kept that throughout the game and momentarily. But it wasn't enough, because at Celtic Park, I'm afraid that you need to do a wee bit more. But I do think that Celtic can afford to drop off now and again against the kind of lesser teams of the league, because they don't have the manpower to punish us. When it comes to a bigger occasion, you know, I'll go back to it, lads. Ibrox, when you know, our squad was depleted, we were being told that we were going to go there and get absolutely annihilated. And by the way, this was our own supporters speaking about this. So when we were told we were going to go there and get scalped, and we went there and we played, you know, a fantastic professional team performance in that you go away from home, you're in an upward position, none of your fans are in the ground, and you're playing really good football and keeping the ball, and you're playing with confidence. Minus probably a 10-minute spell in the game, we were fine. There's no other team in this country can live with us. And we don't even need, Celtic don't need to be playing at 8, 9 and 10 for that to happen. The rest of the teams to have any chance against Celtic need to be playing at 9 and 10s, in my opinion, to be in with any shout. And that's everybody in the squad. If that's not happening, Celtic are always going to get chances, guys. We've got far too much quality. I've said it before, guys. The firepower we've got too many answers. We've got extreme firepower, and you've seen that the other night when we brought the subs on. And Big O, even as much as he's probably not a starter just now, you know, he still poses that threat, and he showed the other night he can finish. So again, I really do think
apprehension. I think that is. I don't want to say worry, because worry's a bad word, right? That's the apprehension. For 175 minutes, these teams in the league did keep with us, because Hibs kept with us for 90 minutes. It was a not each draw, and for 85 minutes, there was one each with St Mirren. And that's why I've been looking at the weekend that we need to step it up to the notch that we had against Hearts and Atletico, because these teams have kept with us. And it's their black white. It's their black white.
What do you mean keeping up with us? Because like I says, in the St Mirren game the other night, just the scoreline.
And I wouldn't put it up.
Celtic would have scored the penalty and taken the other chances that they had.
Aye, but ifs, we're not going to deal with ifs.
But would we have walked away? See if Celtic won that 3-4-1 the other night, would we all be walking away going, you know, we performed badly? Nobody would be back an eyelid about it.
I'd love us to win that game 3 or 4-1, but there was no way we won that 3 or 4-1.
But the chances, you know, the chances we had there that were there, you know, that we didn't take.
Well,
that's the scoreline if it happens.
Right, so it's 2-1. You score the penalty and then a field goal chance, but there's very little before that. That's ifs and buts.
Yeah, but that's partially the way St Mirren played. Also, they came in and played a back five to start with. So
But the fact of the matter is...
That's a good compliment to us.
But the fact of the matter is, for 175 minutes, these teams kept us deadlocked, right? They kept us even. That's the fact of the matter. It's no ifs and buts. And that's why I'd be looking at a better performance. Because we need
I feel a Roy Walker catchphrase speech coming on here. It's good, but it's not right.
But they did keep us. It shows in black and white, and that's what's annoying me. And it's no worrying. It's getting me apprehensive, the performance levels, because, as I say, sooner or later, the performance levels do catch up with you, and it will catch up with regards to points. And as you said earlier, JP, you're spot on with points being prizes, but we need to keep the performance levels up to make sure that we get the points that means prizes. And it's no... The last two games has been slightly... You've been agitated watching it. No, I don't want to say the word worry because that's wrong. But so I'm hoping... I'm positive that at the weekend we'll show something a lot more positive. I think we'll put in a great performance because I think the players know what kind of performance they've put in the last couple of games, and I expect to me up a couple of levels at the weekend. And I think this as well we could kick on because we've got a lot of home games, slightly easier games than we went through in the first part of the season. And I could see us seriously kicking on if we can up that performance to where we were.
Big man, I understand you're getting agitated, right? And what I will say to you is, I'm probably getting more agitated sitting here having this chat with you two than I'm actually watching Celtic at the moment, lads. But no, I'm only joking. But Ryan, I get where Alan's coming from. I can understand the points of view, lads, and I can understand everybody, people's comments. And Celtic are they've got far too much quality for a performance level to drop significantly over a regular run of time. It's not going to happen. We don't have that squad in that, which is why you don't see us ringlewishing away down the bottom of the league. So when we're synonymous with winning, whatever way we do it. And sometimes it doesn't need to be pretty all the time. But the way we play is there's always going to be wee patches like this that, we just can't play well every single game. It's just not possible. And guys are allowed to, these guys they're human. These guys are allowed to come off it for one or two games and take a rest period, if you call it, or whatever, to go again. They've got a massive game tomorrow again in the league. But not only that, they've got a massive game on Tuesday to come again against the team that we went right up a level against at Celtic Park. So, and now we need to travel to Spain to do it. So, maybe, who knows, maybe the psychological shift is they're already on the plane to Spain. Ryan might meet him in the airport as he's going to Turkey, as he told us at the beginning. So, Ryan, we're going to, obviously, moving on, mate, to talk about the game tomorrow. Quick prediction for you regarding a team lineup and how you see the team shaping up for tomorrow.
Obviously what Alan was saying about players up in levels. I think it's, again, reading between the lines, I don't know if it's going to be a bit... I think the fact Mikey Johnson was in the squad, I don't know if that's a bit onerous for him for the rest of the season. The manager was talking about him coming against Hibs and then on the squad against St Mirren. I don't know what that says about that. I think there's a few players I agree with Alan. We do need up a level, but it's only up the level. You're still winning games. We beat St Mirren. We've got 4 points out of the last 6, so it's not like we've lost games or we've drew 2 games. And I get what Alan was saying, ifs and buts, but the result was we won the game. So as much as we're saying we didn't perform well, we've still walked away with 3 points. So that's the most important thing. I've always said, JP, as much as I love us playing good football and I love us playing attacking football, and I love all that. I love seeing these players thriving. See as much as it might be tearing your eyes out football sometimes, if you want to win 1-0 every game, right? See if you win 1-0 every game, mate, you win the league. So that's the most important thing. As much as we want brilliant football and we want attacking, we want flair, we want goals, we want all this. See if you win every game 1-0, it might be on your seats all the time, edgy stuff. But I'll take it every year, mate, because you win the league and that's what you're here today. So
I think the right line there, we are just spoiled to an extent, mate, because of the success we've had.
Me personally, as a fan, I'm one of the most spoiled fans that's been a Celtic fan, because I've not really seen. Yeah. I'm only 5-year-old now, mate. So I've not seen much. I've not seen Celtic lose a lot of titles. I've seen Celtic win trebles. I've seen Celtic win four trebles. So I can't say that I've been
definitely 5, mate. They won 4 in a row and then won 1 last year. So
I've 5. Me and JP grew up in the 90s.
So I've been lucky. I've been very lucky. And this is why.
You think we're playing bad? You think we're playing bad now? Oh my goodness!
I know. But on tomorrow, mate, I'm going to think that there'll be a few changes. I'm hoping just for his own confidence and his own kind of upkeep and being part of the team and stuff. I hope all gets a game.
We're going to say Scott Bain.
As much as Kyogo. As much as Kyogo's been the main man, I think he's due a rest. Because I think you've got to give a bit of game time. I would rather keep the wee man fresh. As much as the league's your bread and butter, we've still got a chance of doing something in Europe. If you get a win or you at least get a draw on Tuesday, you've still got something. So I'd rather play the wee man at full fresh capacity on Tuesday. I would give a game. If it's not working out, then you can bring him off the bench. So it's not a big hoo-ha. Again, as much as I don't think he's been great since he's been here, he's shown bits and bobs at Yang. I would play him. Again, he's come on off the bench. He's done well. Play him. When the guys are starting to perform, you play them. Home. Tell you, here's a shout for you that, again, people might think he won't do it. I would take McGregor right out the team, because he's been no good the last 2 games. The amount of times he gave the ball away during the week was criminal, and it's 5 and 10 yard passes. It's no like McGregor. I would take him out and I'd play Home. I think Home's got to play as well. For me, that boy's going to go to the top. I can see it again. Come back in 6 months' time and shoot me down, but he's got everything about him to be a top player. He's got the vision. He's scanning, like John Collins says, the scanning stuff. He does that all right for the goal during the week. Yesterday was phenomenal. Sorry, on Wednesday. So I think a few players, a few changes. I was disappointed with Nat Phillips. For a guy, I know, again, is it due to fitness? Is it rustiness? Is it lack of game time? I don't know. But again, as much as I want Vickers to play because he's been fresh, he's a main player at the back, let's be fair. I would actually rather no play him. No, he's no scales. Don't geese it. It's no scales. It's no scales.
It's not even him, you know.
I'm shut out.
You know.
It's Stephen Welsh.
No.
It's no Greg Taylor. He can't play centre back.
No.
But no, I think for me, Carter Vickers, I want to play him.
Oh, we could talk about just at the back.
Aye.
Oh, sorry, mate. I misheard. Sorry, mate. My apologies. I misheard. I thought you said he's our main player.
No. At the back, he's our main player. He's our mainstay. He's your best defender.
Yeah.
For me, if his knees are not the best at the moment, and he's just come back for that, I want to play him.
Begging.
Aye, Mrs. There'll be more than just injuries you'll be getting, Mrs. Beggs.
This is the story of
Mrs. Beggs. So I
think did CCV
I think he'd be better. I would maybe put him on the bench, and I would maybe keep. I don't want to rest too many players because you're still wanting to win this game, JP, and we need to up the levels, but I'm going to agree with Francis.
I think that's a big shout.
Yep. I would maybe give NAROWSKI, Rocky a game to see how he's back to fitness. For me, Phillips doesn't deserve to play. I thought he was no good enough for the weekend. But again, does he need game time? Does he need to start the game to get up to his levels? Because we don't know how he is, JP. We don't know if he's a player that needs to play every week to keep his match sharpness and his fitness, or can he come out to cold and play? Certain players can come out to cold and play, some can't. Some keep fit naturally and some don't. Me, when I played, if I was out for 3 weeks, mate, it took me 3 months to get fit. That's just my way my body was. Some guys can continue to train and come in and play. So overall, mate, I'll let you back in. I would say I would go with Joe Hart in goals. I would give Ralston a game. I would rest Johnson. I would play NAROWSKI with Scales. I don't think Bernardo's in the team, mate, so I think you're both start with Greg Taylor. Going to go with HOLM, O'Reilly, and who was my field? I'm going to go with IWATA. I would give him a game. I didn't think Tumble, again, I know cracking goal, but again, he got a lot of stick after fans for his second half performance. So I'm going to go with referee. I'm going to go with Yang. I'm going to go with Maeda. And I'm going to go with O. I'm going to change the two and keep change the three actually because he didn't start the game. So I'll change the front full three, mate, and give him a break. And then you've got the quality off the bench and Palmer and Kyogo. If you've got Vickers on the bench, you've got McGregor on the bench. People might think I'm daft here or just absolute Looney Tunes drafting my captain, but he needs a break as well. He's not had a break. He's went to Scotland and played all the time. So for me, JP, that's my team, and I'm expecting. Do you know what? I'm going to put it there. I'm expecting us to go there and get a really good performance because I think the manager's not going to have had a bad performance. He's not going to accept it. I think he knows that they've not been up to it. So I'm going to go with that, mate, and I'm going to go with I'm going to go with a come to victory. I think we'll do really well. I think the performance levels has to go up, and I think they will.
Big Alan's jumping a bit there as soon as you said comfortable victory. Big man's looking forward to it.
I think we will, I know. I'm just chopping
Big man,
when people talk about Phillips.
Now's your time to give us your team selection for tomorrow.
I'm just watching the telly, seeing Scooby-Doo. They've pulled Phillips' mask off and it's Shane Duffy. I'm telling you, Phillips is towing a caravan. That is the worst performance since Shane Duffy.
But that's what I'm saying. Is he no fit though? That's the thing.
He's no fit. No, we need to drive him back down the road. There's no danger he gets anywhere near that team again. That is. Sorry,
Nat. If you're listening, I was just new to the show. He doesn't mean it. It doesn't mean it.
He's
I'm no sorry, Nat. You're horrendous, mate. You're awful. Right, I'm no sorry. Right, no, I'd go with Hart. That was awful, man. There's no everything it says he should be playing. The data he'd looked at, man. I'd go with Hart. I think Ralston comes in because I think Johnston's looked, as you say, I think it's more tired. I think Johnston's he's played a lot of games, so I'd put Ralston in. I think it'll be Carter Vickers and Scales. I know what you're saying, NAROWSKI. I'd like to see him come back in because he looked positive the first few games that he played. But I don't know if Ross County away. I heard that the whole season. That's all I got.
Must be the Irish young one. Must be that Irish young mate between the court and Duffy.
That's all I got the whole time. I was sitting in Gracie's watching the game like that. You seen Duffy? I'm like,
she said that.
I know. So, but I think
sitting in the boozer one night and somebody came up to him saying, "I'm begging you for mercy, mercy, mercy." He's like, "What are you doing that for? You're Duffy, aren't you? You're Duffy."
Brilliant.
But
what's your team? On you go.
Hart, Ralston. I think it'll be Carter Vickers and Scales. I'd like to see NAROWSKI back in. I don't think he'll put him in away to Ross County. I think it'll be Taylor. I agree with Ryan that McGregor should get a rest, but he never seems to do it. Like even League Cup, Scottish Cup games in the past, well, you think he's going to rest McGregor. He's never gets rested. So I think it'll be McGregor. I think Bernardo will come back in. I think HOLM done relatively well when he come on the other night. Great pass. very inventive, but I think it'll be McGregor, Bernardo and O'Reilly. I think it'll be Maida. I think Palmer obviously done great against Hearts and Atletico, but I think you'll see Yang come in because of that performance that he brought in during the week there. So I think it'll be Maida, Yang, and I know scored the goal, but I think Kyogo starts.
Okay. I get it. Understand that. I just want to say what I'm saying there. If Nat Phillips is somehow in his hotel tonight, he's sitting watching his big man's tablets have just kicked in tonight. So obviously we'll definitely be looking into that one, I think. But football monitoring board's actually telling us now that no everybody thinks I like big man. So
well,
you don't
that's
play.
my opinion, right? I'm sorry that if you're watching, right? But you're absolute gump, right? I'm sorry that I apologise sincerely, but you've not got a hope in hell, man.
Professional footballer, mate, you can't really say that about him. He's played at a very good level.
Well,
he's playing at a very good level, mate. And he's played with, you know, he's with a Liverpool team. You know, he played games for them, and he has. You don't get. Unfortunately, mate, if you've not got anything about you, for me, you don't get to play at that level. So he might not have showed it for Celtic yet, and that's just unfortunate. Maybe even for that as well. Unfortunate for the Celtic fans, but I'm not silly enough to think Brendan Rodgers brought him in because he thought he could contribute some sort of, some sort of performance level for the team. And he's not played a lot of games. If you go and look at his, recent game history, I think he had one pre-season friendly for Liverpool, and he only played like 55 minutes before Klopp made subs and changed the team. And again, he never really played. You can train so much all your days, but if you're not playing games, mate, then I played football and I played at a very good level at the time. But as I say, when you're not playing, mate, and you miss a week or two, mate, you're miles off it. It takes you weeks to get back
a couple of weeks. I was very, very positive about him. I thought he looked really good going forward with the ball. The 45 minutes we see him here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But
everybody has bad performances, mate. It's not just you can't just judge a guy on.
It was run through quicksand, man. It was honestly, I might be wrong. Well, I'm wrong a lot of the time, but I was seriously massively underwhelmed with that performance. And just my opinion, I might be completely wrong, but I just thought
which you're really entitled to. But I think, for me, he must have something about him. That's what I'm taking on it. Maybe we've not seen that yet, but he definitely must have something of him to be at the level that he's at, because he's there and we're sitting in the house talking about him. So he's certainly doing something that we're no. And that, and we can only judge what we see. I get that as fans, and that's fine. But no, I get that, Alan, because we've.
I think we'll win 4-0 and Nat Phillips will score the winner. I will. I'll be 3-4.
Nat Phillips will score a hat-trick.
Overheader. More Shane's like.
Okay, by the way,
but see about you're talking that he played the other night, he's probably going to have to start the overheader at Lennoxtown and kick it so that he gets here in time for landing.
I'll tell you what, Shane, your goal up at Ross County, your debut was brilliant, by the way. Really enjoyed it.
He'll be in Dingwall on the sea, man, like Flipper with a dolphin.
Aye. No, definitely.
No, I'm more scared this, Bob.
No, that's fair enough. Fair dues. No, personally, I think the team will be Joe Hart. I think it will be Alistair Johnston. I think I'm going to agree with Ryan. I think big NAROWSKI will come back in. He's been on the fringes. He's been on the bench a couple of games now, so he's probably due to come in and play. I don't think Carter Vickers will be risked, although Brendan says today he is available. I'll be surprised if he plays him, especially up there. I think he'll be the main man, big Scalesy right now. For me, he's been excellent. I've been shouting and bawling about him all season, so I think he'll continue with that. It'll be Greg Taylor. I'm going to obviously, I get where you're coming for, lads, but I think it'll be Callum McGregor. I think it'll be Home. I don't think Turnbull will play. I think it'll be Home. I think Brendan's assessing that area at the moment to see who's going to be a good fit to maybe replace Hatate, maybe a wee bit longer term. So he's tried Bernardo, and he's probably liked what he saw for Bernardo. Again, maybe a fitness issue with Bernardo because he's not played a lot of games for us. He then brings Turnbull in. In the main, Turnbull's goal was a specky, a peach. Went in like a scud missile. However, I thought his overall gameplay, he sort of faded from the game for me the other night. It's not a criticism, I just thought that's the way the game panned out, and he sort of faded for the game, and when Hatate's there, Hatate grips the game and grabs the game himself. David Turnbull's not got that ability, I'm afraid, to do that. And that's where he'll fall by the wayside if he wants to play in the number 8/10 position for Celtic. So I don't think he'll play him. I think he'll play Home. I think O'Reilly will play. I really do. I think, as I say, Matt O'Reilly last season played in every single game for Celtic. So I think his fitness levels are very telling. I think they're up there with some of the best in the team. I think he'll go with Yang also. I liked what I saw for Yang, especially off the left, because we've been used to seeing him on the right for us. I think he looked more suited to coming in on his right foot. Got lucky with a couple of these shots as well. I mean, just finding his target, and again, he's not had a lot of games, and he's trying to grab snippets here and there for us. I think some of the times he's trying too hard, But I thought the other night he was loose properly, and he took on. I think he gave the boys strain a torrid time. So I think Angem is correct as well. I think Angem is spot on. I think Palmer will be taken out for Tuesday in mind. Maybe not taken out completely, but he'll certainly know maybe be a starter. And I'm going to go with some of the commenters tonight. I think Big O probably deserves a chance to come in and actually show what he can do as a starter. And I think it will be Maeda that will start on the other side for us to give us that sort of energy. But yeah, no, as I said, Francis makes a good point as well. I kind of look at players' body languages and stuff in certain scenarios.
I don't think he's happy.
I texted you earlier. I don't think he's getting a new deal.
He probably is. He probably isn't happy, lads. When you think about, I think he's came here with the expectations of maybe getting his sell into the team
but
regularly.
I can get it, JP, because I don't think he's a bad player. I actually rate him.
He's not at the level.
He's just no at this team's level. It's just that at this team, it just doesn't suit this team anymore.
The thing is, what disappoints me is it's in his name, Turn. And he doesn't get a lot of the times. He passes. But see his positioning, Ryan. What does man not in, mate, is his body's not opened enough to receive that 1-2 sort of carry forward pass. His body then is opened every time, mate, to go back the way. Or it's a negative sort of stance. And I'm surprised a manager like Brendan hasn't been trying to work on that with him in terms of you need to open your body to give yourself a chance to receiving the ball and taking that touch so that you're going forward.
Do you know how as well, JP?
So I can stand offish the other side.
Obviously, you've played football yourself, right? And sometimes managers play guys, they try and give him a chance, and they give him a chance, and then eventually they go, right, he's no maybe that's what you seen with Turnbull. He played him, he took him out, he's played him again. So you maybe gauge if he doesn't start tomorrow, right? Maybe because you can't keep playing guys. See, if you're only playing one game every 4 or 5 weeks now, or every no, that's a bit short. Say one game every 5 or 6 weeks, right? Every 1.5 month, 2 months. That tells me the manager doesn't really fancy you. He's only putting you in to either give you a bit of game time or it's a rotational purposes. Because like I've said to you with Johnson plays every week. The only reason Ralston's going to play is to either rotate it or if he's injured. He's not going to play Ralston because he thinks he's better than Johnson, because we all know he's no. So that's what I mean. I don't know if you think on that. I know we're near the end of the pod soon, JP, but I don't know if that's what you feel, that, and Alan as well, that maybe managers you guys, because what happened to me in one or two clubs I've been to, when I went through injuries, right, go and play them. I wasn't performing, but performing right, I need to go somewhere else, get game time. I don't know if that's the way it's going to be with Tumble, right? I've seen, I don't think I'm maybe going to play here, Jack, because for me, I did say to you a few weeks ago, I don't know if I said to Alan as well, you'll see in January the situation with Tumble, if it goes in January, or if he's talked to a club, etc., because I don't think he's going to get a new deal. Maybe to start, if he's going to get a new deal, I think it would have been to start the season when he was starting to perform, and then he's come out the team. So I don't think, for me, I just the way the manager is gauging by his team selection, etc., I think Tumble end of the season could be time up personally.
No, listen, I think I'm the same as Alan. I don't think he will be getting a new deal. I personally think we'll be moving him on, and that'll be with a view to bringing someone else in. Quick answer for you, mate, because I know we're going to move on. Obviously, we've got a small quiz here at the end. Alan, obviously, you've kind of touched on it, mate, with Turnbull. You don't think he's going to get a new deal. And I agree with you, mate. I really do. Probably the first time I have done for a long time, to be honest with you, mate. I'm only kidding, mate. I'm only joking.
He's got fantastic technical ability. He's a great player with some of the passes and finishes he's got, but he's not got the fluidity that we're looking for in the Celtic team at the minute. And he's been through kind of 3 managers, and he's never had kind of that set spot in the team. So I really doubt how much ability the guy's got. But it's just a bit slow for the type of football that we're trying to play at present. So I really doubt the ability the guy's got, but I personally I think he'll move on either January or the summer.
Yeah, and then obviously you've got the total flip side to Mick's 1967 there, and Mick says it would be stupid to let him go because he would be a fantastic squad player. I do get that, Mick, but I think some Celtic fans, mate, have maybe seen more than enough of him, and it maybe be time for a kind of fresh idea or a fresh face to come in and maybe give us his input and what he can bring to the team. But I get your point, Mick. And as I say, I think that's probably a topic, Alan, the Turnbull, especially the Turnbull one, because he does score so many goals and he has a threat that way. I think it's certainly going to split opinion. Well, obviously, lads, it's been a good chat. We're nearly in now, and Ryan, you want to take us on to your quiz tonight?
Yes, we quiz. Are you ready, lads? Are you ready?
Well, I'm ready to do the best I can do. I'm just going to guess, mate. I'm not going to be writing anything down.
A few trivia ones, and the last one's a player that you can guess. So the first one is Lubo Maracic. How many managers did he play under, and who were they?
What do you want us to do? Do you want us to say them out loud, or?
I'll give you 30 seconds, and then tell me what you think. If you know it, just fire it out. But
aye.
Right, okay. Three managers.
Four.
Right,
Alan.
4.
Aye, you can count 4, but I'm
Barnes, Bhoys, and O'Neill.
Yeah, yep. I was going to say Venglos, Barnes, and O'Neill, but obviously if Kenny Douglas takes the team for a small.
Yeah, that's right. Aye, there we go. Brilliant, Francis. Hope your tea's nice and warm, mate. Question 2. Jack Kirstow's boat. Right, Calypso. Right, question 2, boys. James A. Forrest, what year did he make his debut in the first team?
2001.
What?
Again.
I get the closest to that.
Oh, no, hold on.
Wait, James Forrest is?
2000 sorry, I never meant to say 2001. That was my brain talking before my tongue engaged.
Take that answer.
Have you had your tablets tonight, by the way?
No, mate, I'm still. No, mate, that's how I'm trying to get us to the end of this so I can go and train them.
It was on the opposite wing for Bobby Petter.
Aye.
Right, what date did James Forrest? Sorry, what year did James Forrest
I'll
make
say
his debut?
I think it
2011.
was 2010 or 2011, but I know the team he came on against Motherwell.
And what you going with, JP?
I'll say-
2010 or 11?
So,
2010.
I'll say
2010.
11.
2010, yes.
Was it?
May 2010.
2013.
Do you know that's what I
was
meant to
Shakhtar
say instead of
Carragher days.
2000? Year 2000. I didn't mean to say that.
He came on as
I
a
don't know why I
sub,
said
I'm
that.
sure it was Ross County, I'm sure.
No, it wasn't
Wally.
he? Wasn't he? It was Motherwell who
Was it-
scored.
was it
Scored
Motherwell?
at Celtic Park. Yeah, he
I
came
know,
on and scored in his
I know he
debut.
came on as a sub, I know that. Right, question 3. When did Paul McStay leave Celtic?
Here?
Yep, what year did Paul McStay leave Celtic?
Was it 19 at the end of 1999?
Your final answer? I'd say it's 96.
No, he left. No, he left after that. He was there in.
Right, it's got it. I know that's right. 96.
97. 97.
You just said 99. You can't get back.
I know.
That,
Right,
well,
okay.
99
All right,
you
okay.
said.
What's the final answers?
96.
97.
It's 97, 1997.
You're right.
Cheat.
I know why.
A few of the commenters got it, Punch got it, aye. Maestro got it as well. Right, question 4. What team did Celtic sign Tom Rogic from?
Melbourne City.
No. It's Melbourne something else. It's Melbourne something else. It's so sad.
Oh. I think it's. Can I change?
No,
It's no City.
you've taken
No.
that, I know.
You can guess teams, but
Three times.
right, I'll give you 10 seconds and give me your
Melbourne,
final answer.
Melbourne, right.
Is it Melbourne Mariners?
Aye,
5,
that's it.
4,
Melbourne Mariners.
3,
Melbourne Mariners.
2, 1. Final answer.
Melbourne Mariners, aye.
Central Coast Mariners.
Oh, aye.
Oh,
Yeah. I knew it was the, aye.
Jeez, I feel
Melbourne-
confident, I know.
Melbourne City is a new team. That's
Yeah,
the
Melbourne
City
City.
group.
That's who we got.
Aye.
Well, that's who we got.
Alzani.
Tilio.
Right,
And
the
Alzani as well.
last 2, question 5. What team did Brendan Rodgers get his first job as a first team manager? He managed Chelsea reserves, but who was it after that?
Watford.
That's 1 or 2. No. Aye.
Watford.
Watford lose once.
He had your man,
Watford
Sean,
led
he had
Swansea.
Sean Dyche and Warburton, the Magic Hat Man. He had the two on his coaching team at that time.
Watford then Swansea.
Yeah, Watford it was.
Final answer?
Uh,
Spot on, Watford. Last question is, or it's not a question, it's a photo.
Okay.
Who is that player there?
That's this season or no? I know who that is.
I reckon I know who that is.
We were talking about him tonight.
Aye, on you go. I've got the same thing as you, I think.
Alistair Johnson.
No. MAIK NAROWSKI.
Is that your final answer?
Aye.
More like Mike Wazowski for Monsters Inc.
Final answer?
Aye.
I'm going to say Alistair Johnston.
David Turnbull.
What is it?
Is it?
David Turnbull, aye. I've not got the photo to show you, it's David Turnbull, aye.
That's ridiculous. You should have a photo to prove
David
it.
Turnbull. David
want
Can I get
Turnbull.
Turnbull.
staff? Can I get the staff these days?
David Turnbull.
No,
David
I
Turnbull.
just genuinely- I
That's the
genuinely
only one
thought-
you don't want to change now.
David
I
Turnbull.
didn't. I didn't know David Turnbull was that tone. To be honest, I actually have never really paid attention.
That's
seen that
it's
photo there,
it's
that's frightening, by the way.
it's the type some fit things you make you look bigger than what you are, do you know what I mean? That's what I used to say. That's what I used to say anyway.
I'm ready to get one of them.
That's what I used to say anyway.
Francis, I think I need 2 of them, by the way. I think Big Alan needs about 3 to wake them up here.
Francis, I'm away to get a coffee soon to wake me up for my 10:30 show, mate.
I'm recovered from COVID, man.
Wait, it said it's September, it's wake me up when November ends, no September ends.
Aye. Well, lads, listen, great chat as always. And again, thank you very much for everyone who took part in that wee quiz there. Hopefully the quizzes, we're going to, obviously as we go, we're going to start making the quizzes a bit more interesting and try and get them a wee bit more incentivised. Not for us, but for you guys as well to tune in. Stay tuned as well, guys. We're going to announce a wee date where we are... Maestro, aye. I'm going to be 62. 2000, you madman. Come on, give me a break. Give me a break. You're showing your age. I know earlier on, Maestro. You were talking about Paul Elliott. So I remember the tail end of him because I was a boy. So
he was like Paul McStay was playing under Martin O'Neill. No,
1999. It wouldn't have been 99. Martin O'Neill didn't come in
2000.
I know. So you're like Kenny Dalglish with him.
I'll go get my coffee. You used to go get your tablets and we'll end the show.
You're jumping on a wee bit there, Martin O'Neill. Calm down. He must be your favourite manager because he just that was like Tourette syndrome that came out of here.
I'm 6 months off, no 4 years.
Aye. There you go. I got there in the end, didn't I?
Well, with a little help for your friends.
Aye. I give Bob a little help for my friends.
But that's what they say at Tesco, isn't it? Every little helps.
That's what they say, mate. Aye. Do you get through the self-scans now? She doesn't understand you.
By the way, serious self-scanners. The rest said the better, man.
But listen, everybody that's tuned in tonight, I want to say a massive thanks to you. As I said, we are going to incentivise the quizzes as we go. Stay tuned, guys, because we're going to do a wee announcement soon of when we're going to do a wee question and answer night. And it means you guys can tune in and ask us questions about this current Celtic team and things that are going on at Celtic and things that, maybe we could improve, things we could, do better. Like stop inviting Alan onto the podcast for starters. I don't know if that would help us. But I just love him. I love having him on, to be honest with you, because he comes on with a different Celtic that every time, man. It's absolutely brilliant. Can't hide money, boys. Can't hide the money.
Well, you can't hide money. I've not got money. I've got my dad's hoodie on.
Oh, you're taking Honmidons. You're taking Honmidons here, all way. Sitting in your wee sofa.
Fair. It's only Honda I'm getting. I've looked at a hell Honda now.
Yeah, we may as well just take this off YouTube. We're having a laugh anyway.
I know. I want to say a massive thanks again to everybody that's tuned in. Also, everybody, I hope same to yourself, Barry Boy. I hope you have a lovely weekend. Before we go, guys, most of you have probably gathered by now. The podcast does have a sponsor. And here is our sponsor here. It's AB Entertainment. It's a DG and entertainment business. The AB stands for Mr. Alec Beveridge. That's Alec's contact number, guys, if you want to book him for any gigs or any functions you've got coming up, either for yourself or in your family, with your work, anything at all. Coming up to Christmas, guys, loads of nice things happening, night shoot happening, etc. That's the best number to get him on. 07845 746 092. You just give him a wee WhatsApp there and he will get back to you with dates for his diary should you need his services. He's on Facebook and Instagram also, guys. Also, before we go, guys, just as Francis alluded to in the comments there, we do have these fantastic mugs. They are super duper vinyl print they are in. The mugs are priced at £5, folks, and these key rings also, they are priced at £1.50. If you wish to get your hands on any of this stuff, guys, all you have to do is give us a quick message on any of the above platforms, Facebook, Twitter, or it's called X now, Instagram or TikTok. You can also message us in the community section of the YouTube channel. That's where you'll also get all your updates in terms of what's happening with the podcast, along with all the kind of social media pages also. So stay tuned, guys. As I say, we've got some good stuff coming up and some different types of content as well for you. So, yeah, should be interesting next couple of weeks, guys. I'm looking forward to it. Just be good to do something different and something a wee bit more appetising for us. so we can get to meet this wee guy here. Looking forward to it. He's wee Celtic boots. I hope he turns up that day with the boots, man, because they are absolutely mint it.
Barry, I'm handsome, aren't I? What a guy he is, Barry. Brilliant.
What a guy. That's your dad's double denim you've turned up in there, isn't it? No,
everything's my dad's slippers, my dad's shoes and everything, man.
Aye.
My dad's brilliant.
A pair of his dad's slippers on.
Aye.
Before me stays last season in 1999.
Aye. Just for his debut in 2001.
Aye. As I said, guys, it's been a pleasure coming on.
Aye.
As I says, it's coming on. By the way, he's starting to run like it now. So you're that right now. But guys, it's been a pleasure coming on, having a chat with you again. I'm away now to watch a programme I've been dying to watch for quite some time, as Big Alan's went and found it for me. It's all of Alan McCoy's goals for Celtic and the Scottish Cup. I'm looking forward to seeing that. And yeah, can't wait, boys. So a massive hail for me, guys, and I'll be on Monday.
Your Forest would have been playing with Alan McCoy that you'll
He would have been, mate. No, he would have. By the way, I'll be really seeing this video that I'm going to watch. In this video, I'm going to watch. See if he's not assisted him some of the goals. Then I'm finished. Get him out, Sean. Honestly, get him out. Get him out. But again, guys, hail. Take it easy. Have a lovely weekend, guys, and everybody enjoy the game tomorrow. Whatever you're doing for it.
Take care.
Bye-bye, guys.